Peace, y'all. It's Tanisha Yorrick-Allen, and I'm here with another little video. So I am a transformation mentor and coach. I am a business consultant, a spiritual strategist, and an EFT tapping guide. I'm also a 1/4 projector for all my human design girlies out there. And I am the CEO and the founder of Your Other Mind, a transformational online coaching company and business consultancy firm. Hey. So, if you joined me last week, my last video, this week, you know that we're going to do like a conversation and a quick chat and a quick dive into you and things that you could do for your life to make it practical, for your business, make it practical, to raise success, to make it practical. And before we do all those things, we're always going to bless the energy that we want to be in. And so wherever you are, whether you are able to and you feel good and safe to do so or not, please join me in a collective universal prayer that centers and focuses our energy and attention. Okay, you ready? I'm going to leave my eyes open for the sake of this video. Just allow yourself to go deep. Mother, Father God, we want to thank you for allowing us to exist between time and space, allowing us to exist in the now, in the present, which is the most important time in our lives. Everything that we are receiving now is for our highest good and our highest benefit, for the collective good and the collective benefit. And we thank you and we're grateful now. And as we go within and we explore deeper topics and cover things that help us to uncover our own personal truth, we ask that our ears be tuned in, our spirits be tuned in, and our ancestors and our spirit guides and the beings that wish us well be part of the conversation for everyone watching now live and everyone watching in the replay. I ask that all minds and hearts and souls are centered in this moment, in this now, knowing that this now is their best elevation yet, knowing that this now is different from the nows and the past that they've known, knowing that this now sets the tone for their future. This is something more for the highest good and the souls of all that we're destined to impact, including and especially our own. And with that, we say amen. Some say ashe, and some say, and so it is. Okay, so let's chat. So today's topic, right? 3 ways to expand your life. This is practical. If you're a note-taking girly, like you want to get a pen and pad now, because I'm going to drop quickly some things for you to consider, right? So at Your Other Mind, we have a program called Elevation Experience, the Life and Success Expansion Program. Now, the thing about expansion is that it's not a language that people use most often. So people don't really have a good connotation for what that may mean and what that might mean for them. And so I thought this week that I would come to you guys and tell you 3 practical things you can do to expand your life. Now, let's talk about the concept of expansion. In our lives, everything in nature is always growing. It's always growing. It's always changing. It's always taking up more space. It is the natural law of life, one of the natural laws of life. And when you think about expansion, I want you to think in your mind about, like, if you play video games, expansion packs. It makes the games bigger, better, more features, more upgrades, updates, right? And if you think about expansion, like a business expanding, you think about possibly acquisitions and mergers and things that make the business bigger. And when you think about expansion, like in a pool, right? You're making the pool bigger, deeper, wider, whatever, right? So that gives you very tangible image for expansion. Now, we as people, we don't like to divest or move away from the collective ideas of what it means to live our lives. But I'm here to challenge you to consider what expansion may mean for you. And for my people in Elevation Experience, expansion is about more money, more wealth, more abundance, right? And then more joy, more peace, more happiness, more experiences that speak to the spirit of that person, right? And so that looks like different things to your career, different things in your life, and just doing all the work energetically to allow yourself to be big. And so the question I have for you is, how often do you allow yourself to be big, to take up room in your life, to take up room in your business, take up room in your career, or wherever you show up and exist? And if when you hear that question, you think about it and you consider, like, I don't really do that often, Tanisha, then this is the conversation for you. It is natural, most natural for all of us to be ever expanding, ever growing. That while our spirits inhabit these bodies, while our spirits have these ideas about what they want to do and who they want to be, it is so crucial and important to follow the natural laws of nature and allow yourself to have more, to be more, to do more, to exist in more of you and more of what you came here to do and more of what you came here to embody, right? And so if you look at your career and you feel that it's unfulfilling, if you look at your life and you feel like it's unfulfilling, I'm willing to bet that you are holding yourself in contraction, holding yourself small, and not really allowing yourself to be big. Like, if the tree grows in the forest, the tree's gonna grow in the forest. It doesn't need you and I to tell it and give it permission to expand and to grow its roots deep and wide and to grow its branches up and out, right? The tree is going to live. It is giving itself permission to live. And that's how we're blessed with the redwoods if you're in America, right? Those ancient trees that grow, 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 and grow, and grow, and grow, and continue to grow. And your life gets to be the same way. Now, the problem with what most of us have is our current level of awareness is that so many things in our lives and in our careers, because we're taught to be good people, we're conditioned to be good people, or we're programmed to be good people, it makes us want to adjust and not outshine anyone or not take up too much space. And we learn a lot of different ideas about what it means to be big, that is not okay. But I'm telling you, go out today, look out your window, look in the street, look in the woods and see, does nature stop growing? Does it stop expanding? If you leave concrete for too long unmanicured, won't the grass grow through it? Because life brings more life, brings more life. And if you are alive and if you are living, you get to have something big. Now, we talk about business here at Your Other Mind because it's a direct and tangible result of what happens when you choose alignment, and when you choose personal expansion, and when you choose success. It's a very physical and tangible result that most people understand. But really and truly, what we're talking about is permission to live and what it means to live in accordance with the desires that you naturally have, with no interference from anyone else, but solely focus on your energetic bankroll, as I call it, your energetic currency, and your energetic identity as a being. All the desires you want, all those ideas you've had from now, from childhood to now, they're all important, they're all relevant, and you get to live that experience now. So, 3 ways to expand your life. Let's talk about it. Way number 1, redefine success for yourself. In this world, there's so many messages where we are taught what success is. You pass the test, you're successful. You get a degree, you're successful. You have a kid by 27, you're successful. You get married and have a house and a goat and a dog. I don't know why I said goat. That's the Jamaican in me, but just go with it, right? We are taught what success means to us. And you have to uncover what success means to you. You have to write what success and that ideology and what that meaning, what you want the experience, the end goal experience to be for you. And you get to condition it now. So an example for me, when I first started my entrepreneur journey, my career journey, right? I was in strategic operations for 10 years. And all I really wanted to do was to be successful was that I would be able to control my own meetings, take a nap whenever I chose, make money, and travel a certain amount of times a year. But that was so different from what people told me success had to look like. But it gave me a very specific goal in mind that was unrelated to any tangible results. And that was all focused centrally on how I wanted to feel. So number one way to expand your life is to decide how you want to feel and decide what success will look like in a coordination with that feeling. Okay. Step number 2 to having a more expansive life is to embrace and define your own spiritual experience, right? Spirituality is where life is happening in the body. You hear me talk about the spirit being in the body. Like a body without a spirit is, in the ground, right? And so in your journey on life, you need to have a practice that grounds you and reminds you that this every day that you're doing, it's not about that you are here with a specific purpose, specific plan, and you're here to live, right? And you have to find the rituals and the processes or the SOPs for you in your life that keep you reminded that I am here to live. That while Joe Schmo and Keisha over there are like doing whatever they're doing, that I get to have permission to be reminded of my own consciousness, my own awareness, and my own permission, my own breath, my own ashe to live. Okay? So you're going to have to find a spiritual practice. And I want to clarify, spiritual practice and religion are not necessarily always the same thing. They can be, right? But you need to find the practice that grounds you, that takes you out of the collective ideas of what success and progress and life mean. These really weird, obscured ideas that we have about business and things like that, to where you're thinking for yourself, believing for yourself, remembering yourself. Human design, gene keys, numerology, astrology, these really old sciences are some really good places to start if you don't know where to start with your spirituality. Abraham Hicks, Miguel Ruiz, and a 15-minute meditation by Deepak Chopra are really great places to start to cultivate your spiritual practice, which really just means your centering practice, your practice of this is how I get aligned with me. Okay. Step number one, redefine success for yourself. Step number two, to create a spiritual practice that makes sense for you. And then step number three, give yourself permission to be. Now, you might be like, how is that different from whatever you said? You have to be willing to change your identity over and over and over again. The personality that we have, it's not like this thing that you're just born with. Personalities are shaped by experiences lived, ideas held, truth subscribed to, right? And all these little pieces and influences of other people and their ideas of you are what shape your identity, right? So when I work with my clients in elevation experience or otherwise, I do a lot of work to help them redefine and find their actual identity, their true essence of being, which means you're going to have to let go of the stories that people have told you about who you are. You're going to let go of the ideas that keep you weighed down, and let go of the stress and the anxiety that you've been committed to say, who am I? And who do I let myself be? And if I am this person, then what does this mean about me? That's a different type of work, but it's the next best thing. That when you give yourself permission to be you, authentically you, without the limitations, without the stories, without the ideas that you borrowed from other people and integrate it, you're giving yourself the biggest permission of all, which is the permission to thrive, to take up space. The tree isn't concerned about the dirt. It just knows the dirt's going to be there. But the tree is going to be the tree. You can't convince the tree that it is dirt, right? It's going to extend its branches. It's going to grow from a sapling into a really old redwood that's been around for ages. You have to give yourself that same permission, that it doesn't matter what people said to you, doesn't matter what you believed about yourself at one point, that you get to write the story. So that's what I have for you, my 3 tips, right? So redefine your success story, come up with your own. What do you want to feel? What do you want to experience? What do you need for you? Develop a spiritual practice, something that says, I'm activated. I'm here. I'm ready for life. And then give yourself permission to be. Give yourself permission to pursue that success. Give yourself permission to align with that spiritual practice and those rituals that fulfill you. And give yourself permission to dismantle and release and let go of all these other ideas of what your career, what your business, what your life, what your relationship, what your support systems should look like, to cultivate what you need them to look like for you. Okay, so hope this was good. This was great. And if this resonates with you, 1, share the video, like, subscribe, and share. And then 2, if it resonates with you and you're like, I want to go deeper, Tanisha, please click the link in the bio below, schedule an appointment with one of the members of my team so we can talk about what options your other mind has for you. Might be elevation experience. It might be an intensive. We don't know. But we have a really great team that can help you figure it out. Schedule the link below. Okay? So I'll see you next week. Be well, be amazing, and give yourself permission to shine. Peace.